Well, hello everybody. It's Retired Old Man. Back porch talking again this afternoon. It has been a beautiful day here in the Upper East Side of Texas. Got some stuff done outside of the yard. Not much, doesn't look like it behind. Did get some cleaning up, but started over that way, and I got to come this way here in a few days. Doing some work inside the house. I don't know if I mentioned it or not. We've had some pretty severe foundation issues with this house. It's not an old home, and it's a fairly nice home, but I think that the soil below it, we've had some horrendously hot summers here in Texas, and I think the shrinkage of the soil, along with the elasticity of the soil, has caused some foundation issues about a year ago. We had 20 piers put around the outside perimeter, and then later on, I think I mentioned this, we had four here just about a month ago, had to come on the interior load bearing wall and put four piers in it. When they do those interior walls, I'm telling you, those are expensive holes to dig. Of course, first thing they got to do is come inside and cut about a 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot square uh, uh, hole in the concrete in your slab. Dig four of those. Then they dig down about 2 or 3 feet, jack your foundation up, and then they come in, fill it, backfill with dirt, and then rebuild your slab of concrete. Pretty intensive. So you can imagine the inside of your house is a mess. The dust and everything that floats around from the hammers, the air hammers, uh, those big concrete breaking hammers. I forget what they call them, but they're those big things, and they make a tremendous amount of dust. Now the next step is next week we'll start putting tile down. Obviously, with a 20-year-old home, it's going to be hard to find the tile. In fact, we tried, but it was impossible to find the tile. In fact, it's a tile that they not even a standard size anymore. So unless we found some new old stock, it would not do us any good to do anything like that. So we're going to have somebody come in and pull up the living room and the kitchen and the laundry room and just retile and put down new tile, which actually will match the bedroom tile that we had put down about 2 or 3 years ago. So now we'll have one tile, with the exception of the entryway and right around the fireplace. It'll be a little contrasting tile. That's what my wife decided she wants to do. What she helps do, she does. Then the other thing I did today, I'm not sure exactly what was going on before we bought this house, but there was an air return vent in the wall. And we had the HVAC people come over here and redo the system when we bought the house, move the vent, move it up in the ceilings, get it out of the wall. Well, when they did that, they just cut off that vent in the wall, but left the grill and everything there. Well, since we're redoing the tile, we're going to also repaint the walls, so it was a good time to go in there and patch that up and put a sheetrock back in it, and so I've been doing that today. The foundation project has been like many other projects around the house. Starts out with, got to do the hole, which we'd not done anything if we'd not had the foundation issue. But since we did, had to do the tile, and the next thing my wife said, we really need to paint those baseboards because they got to come up anyway. I pulled the baseboards up, ready for tile folks to be here to pull the old tile up. Well, when you pull that up, we need to repaint the baseboards. Well, if we're going to repaint the baseboards, might as well repaint the walls. Well, since we're repainting the walls, the ceiling hadn't been painted in about 8 or 9 years. Might as well go ahead and redo that ceiling while we're at it too. So that's where I am. We're in the process now of top to bottom renovation in living room, entryway, hallway, and laundry room. So not only is the holes expensive, the follow-up work gets rather expensive. I'm just glad we're in a position where we can do it. Thank the Lord for that. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet. The lawnmower guy was supposed to be here to mow the grass today. I have somebody come in and take care of that. And his help didn't show up today. So I got a text from him tomorrow. He's going to come. Said if he has to do it himself, he'll come here. And that'd be good. It's time to do a good spring cleanup. He does a real good job taking care of our yard for us. Got the onions fertilized this morning. We did something different this year with our onions. We planted our onions back in November. I don't know if I'll do that again, because they were doing fantastic up until that hard freeze here 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it burned them back pretty good. But they're catching up. But, we went out with lunch with friends yesterday from church, and she's quite the little horticulturalist and a gardener, and I did not realize how important it was to fertilize those onions. And according to her, and she has a beautiful garden, and she says you really have to feed those onions really well. She uses 13, 13, 13, triple 13 scattered about. I've used that too, but over the last year or two, I've started using that Miracle-Gro, the stuff you mix with water. And I mean, I'm just extremely impressed with that. It is a little bit more expensive than the triple 13 if you have a big garden, and no doubt about it. But our garden's small. We use a lot of container gardeners, a lot of raised beds. It's a rather small garden. So if you're using containers and small beds, the Miracle-Gro, even though it will be a little bit more expensive if you have small plots like that, the difference in the two prices is not that great. Plus, I think the Miracle-Gro has a tendency to start to work pretty early. Well, got my corn cob out again tonight. It's about all I smoke, corn cobs. Got about 10 or 12 of them. Some of them I don't even fool with. Some of them haven't even lit up. Some I smoke more. This is one of my favorites. Probably smoke it probably more than anything. Using drugstore tobacco is about all I buy. And that's about what's going on here. Been awful dry, awful warm. Supposed to get a little, pretty good little rain coming in here next week. We'll see. We sure need it. I've been wanting to go fishing, but the wind has really been going crazy. And my little boat bounces around like a cork out on a tub on a windy day. Well, very pleasant afternoon. Pleasant speaking with y'all this afternoon as I sit here and just talking to a stupid phone. The sun's about to go down. Time is a little after 6 here on the Upper East Side of Texas. Y'all be careful. This is John, retired old man. Till we meet again, God bless. We'll see you on the next video.